Hi, welcome to Todd's Tips. I'm Todd Barsness, a full-time voiceover talent, and Todd's Tips is a feature of VO Marketing Pro. Now, if you'd like more information about VO Marketing Pro or anything else related to voiceover, just visit our Facebook page, website, or contact us via email. The links are located here.
Hi, and welcome into the studio. Todd Barsness across from me. I'm Hudson Barsness. We're both professional, full-time voiceover talents of varying degrees. You're almost 65. You've been doing voiceover for 15 years-ish. Mm-hmm. And I am 28, and I've been doing voiceover for about 4 years. So anyway, this channel is all things voiceover, so we're going to do our Todd's Tips. If you're new to this channel, Dad gives tips that he has, instilled into his business for these years, learned through, ups and downs and ins and outs. And so Dad doesn't do any coaching or anything like that, but he does do tips and stuff like that for voice talents. He's a voice actor for voice actors. Anyway, we're going to do those, and then later on, after this video, we do a numbers video telling people about how much we make each week, because we think that's very important. So if you're not new to this channel, you know what that's all about. So I will turn it over to Todd. I didn't talk about your numbers that much, but if you're go back and check. We talk about them all the time because we know it's important.
So these are called Todd's Tips, and under that umbrella, we've been doing some do's and don'ts. And these are based on the things that I've learned, and I've put them in like building blocks. And they're the 7 building blocks to VO success, or 7 building blocks of VO success. Today, and this is the one we talk about the most because it's the most foundational, and it is the building block, number 1, of who I listen to. Who do I choose to listen to? Whatever the subject is, who I choose to listen to shapes my life, shapes my business, shapes my career. And so it's very important to make sure that we're listening to the right people. Make sure that we're stopping and thinking and evaluating and not being emotional or just going with the flow. And so we're talking about building block number 1, who I listen to. And here's my building block, or my do and my don't, I should say. It's a do. I do believe in vetting VO coaches, but perhaps not how you have heard a lot of them vetted. All right? So some things, I'm going to give you 4 things to remember when you're thinking about hiring a coach or thinking about doing coaching as far as getting a coach and paying a coach. So search Google, search Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, etc. And you'll find page after page, scroll after scroll, whatever after whatever of VO coaches. It's amazing. It almost seems like, I'm sure it's my imagination, but it almost seems that for every VO talent out there, there's a VO coach. The number is staggering. I've heard VO people give their vetting process before. Vetting process of finding a, quote, reputable coach or coaches. These are almost always VO coaches as well. So they're VO talent and VO coaches talking about vetting processes for themselves or other VO coaches that usually include, their fellow VO coach cronies. So here's my coach vetting list. This is real simple. And just 4 things to remember when you think about, hey, I think I need to start coaching with somebody or continue coaching or find a coach or be with coaches. First of all, 4 things to remember. 1, remember there are lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of VO coaches out there. In my humble opinion, there are far too many. Many should go out of business. And the ones that remain should be vetted. How should they be vetted? First and foremost, there's other vetting processes or other criteria. But first and foremost, how much do they themselves make in voiceover alone income? How much do they, not just this year, not just last year, but the last 5 years? Then another question would be, how much do their prize students make? Because if they're making good money and their students are making good money, you better listen to that person. You got something there. That would be my first thing to remember. There are lots and lots of coaches out there. Just remember that. Something to think about. Second, remember, VO coaches' first priority is to make money. They're in a business. As much as they tell you how much they want to help you, and I'm sure they do, they are in the coaching business. They aren't giving stuff away. I mean, they might give some stuff away, which is something I talked about another time, about just being careful when you sign up for a free coaching session. They're trying to tell you that they could help you for pay with that free coaching session or that free workout. So just remember, number 2, VO coaches' first priority is to make money. Number 3, remember, you don't need VO coaches as much as you have been told that you need VO coaches. Why? Number 1, there are lots and lots of coaches out there. Plus, number 2, they're in it to make money, equals VO coaches are going to try to sell you the fact that you need coaching. Of course they are. Of course they are. And they're going to can do that and try to get you to coach constantly and continually forever. That's what I hear a lot out there. You're going to need a coach all the time, or coaches, multiple coaches at the same time, or back-to-back coaches forever. You always have to be continuing education. And of course you do. But does that mean you have to hire a voiceover coach?
Convenient.
Convenient is right. Lastly, remember, when you think you really need to hire a voiceover coach, instead of jumping right in and kind of get emotional about it or following the other sheep that are going there, stop and do a little thinking and really evaluate. Just don't rush in to hiring a voiceover coach. I'm not against coaching. I'm against rushing in and just following and not remembering these 4 things. You are much more resourceful and resilient than you think you are. I know you are. I know you can be. And plus, and I won't go into great detail here, but there's tons of material out there. That's a lot of how I learn and how I did learn, by watching free stuff out there and just stopping and thinking and applying. And so back to it, I do believe in vetting VO coaches, but with those 4 things to always remember.
Yeah, that's coming from somebody, like you said, I don't think you've done any coaching yourself or had anybody that you've paid to coach you. I think you've done a Fiverr gig review, so have I, with somebody, but yeah, that's not necessarily coaching. So anyway, just some good thoughts. Appreciate you guys stopping by this channel. If you're new to it, feel free to hit the subscribe button if you want more like that. If you don't like it, that's fine. We're not everybody's cup of tea. Next up, we're going to do our voiceover numbers for the public. And then we also offer something for a private group. Are you interested in telling people about that?
Sure, yeah. We have VO Marketing Pro is a direct email marketing company where we actually send out emails for voiceover talent who are more established, have more money than time. They need an assistant to do that for them because they're busy with projects. But if you're just getting into direct email marketing, or you're brand new to voiceover, or you just need some help in direct email marketing and other things voiceover, we have a private Facebook group. It's $50 a month, so $600 for the year. And it's called VO Marketing Pro Plus, or VOMP Plus. And you get 2 fireside chats where Hudson and I talk. We've been doing this since he started back 4 years ago, talking father-son, full-time voiceover talent, going back and forth, talking about all the ins and outs, ups and downs of somebody that's been doing it 15 years and is established, somebody that's trying to establish, but more pushing that proverbial boulder up the hill. 2 of those a week. We get 2 of those a week. They're usually about 20 minutes long. And then we also have a once-a-month webinar that we have where usually I bring something. Once in a while, Hudson has something of interest to the voiceover industry. And then we do Q&A. You can ask any questions you want. We'll try our best to answer those. Then once a week, there's a deep dive into our financial numbers. We do a public informational thing with our numbers to the exact cent, and you can watch those. Those are free of charge, and they're anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. But then if you want to go deep into it, find out why we did what we did, exactly how many jobs, all of that, you can join us for that as part of this $50 a month. And then we have a very lively, engaged Facebook group that lots of people help out answering questions, and some of them even post their numbers. So you get our numbers to the exact cent, and you get their numbers and why they do what they do, and we talk back and forth about that. So it's quite a group for $50 a month.
All right.
By the way, if you want to find out about that,
good call.
There's an email address below, johnbarsness@vomarketingpro.com.
Yep. Very, 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 very good. Thank you guys for joining us. As always, take care. Have a good rest of your week. We'll see you later.
Thanks a lot for joining me for Todd's Tips. And if you'd like more information about VO Marketing Pro or anything else related to VO, the links are listed here.